Shalom, Israel. You ever look at those Facebook pictures and profiles of people that claim that they're Hebrews, or you get inboxes or people message you and stuff? I started thinking about that, so I had my wife run a social experiment where she made a fake profile on Facebook, put up a fake picture and everything, put all, the usual stuff, quotations and stuff, scriptures in the book, claiming, being Hebrew and everything. And within, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, over 200 friend requests, tons of inboxes by men seeking wives, people trying to hit her up for pictures and stuff. Mind you, this is a fake profile, with just a random picture of a female, and all these other people adding her to groups and the conversation that go on. So I think she's up to like 300 friends right now. And the amount of people that are deceived in calling themselves Hebrew Israelites, but one, they don't live it, because there's no dignity within them. A lot of the guys, changing their names to Hebrew Israelite, or calling them names by the name of Jacob, as Isaiah, I think it's 44:5 says that they're going to do. And they don't have any substance to them. They don't have any strength and substance to what they're doing. They keep their Gentile culture and the slave training that we've all had, refusing to change it and make their minds become concrete. And they just slap the title of Israel on and go about their way. They don't change their speech as far as speaking curses on themselves, perpetuating curses on others. They don't change their actions and their outward adorning to reflect the inward change. They still living loose and have themselves uncovered. A couple people I saw, even in some polygyny groups, that they had pulled my wife's fake page into, that they were, it was 2 women. I think, they said that we need a king. It was 2 girlfriends. All right, they call themselves girlfriends. So these 2 lesbians saying that they need somebody to lead them. Or a bunch of women are seeking multiple, what do you call that crap? Bisexuality. So I think it's called polyandry, and then polyamory, whatever those words are. But it's just a defilement, and now it's popular. It's so popular to be called a Hebrew Israelite or call yourself a Hebrew Israelite, yet there's so few that actually have the substance. I think I only saw maybe 1 or 2 people out of the hundreds of friends that she had on that fake page actually mention anything about any kind of healing or deliverance. The rest, it's all about Esau's the white man, and I can't wait till Esau the white man burns. He's the devil. Just the typical arguments that people pose, the name game, all these other false doctrines that people put out there, and really nothing productive. Now, this isn't an indictment against all Hebrew Israelites, because there are true Hebrew Israelites. I know the book says that not everyone is Israel who say that they're Israel, and not all of Israel shall be saved. But the vast majority, at least of what we're observing through this page, is most of them are confused and they're deceived, and it's just a fad. It's not real to them. It's just a new form of Christianity. It's just something else. It's another religion that they make it. They get to do the same thing that they want. They get to still be wicked as hell without any kind of change, and they just slap a different name on them. But when it comes to actually living this thing, oftentimes it's the ones that are quiet that are just going about living it. Because what use would you have of telling people that you're living it if you just go and live it? If you meet people and they see you, They can see your manner of life and know that, yeah, this person's about something. I can respect that. But it's similar to what Satan did with Christianity and putting that up, because, if you can't beat them, join them, and making Christianity mixing the truth with the lie, and using the very book that was given to us to enslave us, to warp and distort our mind, to use replacement theology and misappropriate scripture. The Hebrew Israelites, the black Hebrew Israelites especially, do the same thing. And it's another form of deception and another delusion that Satan is using to even still mask the true awakening of his people. Because y'all's people are going to wake up one way, shape, fashion, or form or another. Because I remember when I woke up, I didn't want to wake up. Let's just say that. I didn't want to wake up. Like I thought I did, and I started waking up to certain things, but I didn't really want to wake up. When you're steeped in paganism your whole life, and then suddenly Yah calls you and changes you and forces you to change, because he's like, no, you're going to be one of mine. You are going to do this. And he puts it within you. You have to change. But of course, us as human beings, we don't like change, especially drastic change. So at first, it was my flesh didn't want to change, but my spirit wanted to. And I had to fight that battle with the flesh. But I don't think most of these cats have done that. Not that it's a requirement as far as, my experience, but there has to be that fight against the flesh to throw away everything that you've thought and that you've been trained. But I don't see that in their manner of life, at least what they display on Facebook, and other social media sites. These cats aren't real. There's a lot of deception out there, even amongst them. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of division. And it's the same thing that we see in Christianity. It's just another farce. It's just another delusion. And they do this to bring a bad name on those of us who are truly striving for this, who are trying to worship Yah in spirit and in truth. And the other thing is, if it was that easy for us to create a fake Facebook page, get all these people on there as far as friends and always, people that are trying to communicate, who else out there is doing the same thing, just as bait, to try to pull people in, to try to reap disciples unto themselves, to try to seduce women, seduce men, do whatever, to mask themselves as Israel solely for the purpose to deceive, to enslave, whorish women, pull men down to the depths of hell, Ahab men to seduce simple-minded women. How many other people are doing that? Because you can Google all kind of pictures. Grab a picture, put it up, put a nice sounding Hebrew name, put all this other crap up there, and you can go on about doing whatever you want. There's no accountability. It's just people living loose and changing their names and stuff, but that's it. I remember one, the Israel of God in Chicago. I saw a picture on their Facebook. And either Facebook or a video, something like that. But it was, I think, their Passover service. I saw 3 women in miniskirts and high heels. I saw that shit in Christianity. Why am I seeing that over here when we're supposed to be better than that? I kid you not. I probably should go find it just as proof. But I'm serious. It was 3 women in miniskirts. That's foul to be in quote unquote assembly, and you could easily walk right into a club, walk right into a strip joint, walk right into a bar, and you would be totally at home with the world. That there would be no difference, there would be no distinction that people could visibly see, that be an expression on the outward of the spiritual change that is taking place. There's nothing there. So I say, as a warning to the true Israelites, the ones who are striving for this in spirit and truth, the ones who keep his commandments and have the testimony of Jesus Christ and are filled with his Holy Spirit and cast out devils and heal the sick and do the works and the signs that will follow them that believe, stay away from these people. Truly, do not eat off these other tables. And sometimes that can be something as simple as having a conversation with somebody. because you don't know what people are thinking. You don't know what demons are speaking to people. And unless you truly know those who labor among you, you have to beware of those that are just foul. You know, those are the concision, those that are seeking simply to reap disciples unto themselves, that just want a platform. They want to propagate evil being masked by something that's good. So I'm all for talking, and not everybody on that fake page that we made was like that, but predominantly they were like that. Now we can disagree and everything. That I don't care. We can disagree. That is fine and good. But I'm just looking at the actual walk and the lifestyle that should be taking place, because I know that I've had to change a lot. I see straightway the ministry has changed a lot. The brothers and sisters that I've communicated with, we're all striving to change and to be more conformed to the word, more conformed to Yah and his likeness. But then I don't see that same level of effort or that same change or that same even desire to change in a lot of those who call themselves Hebrew Israelites. They're still walking around looking whorish. You can't tell them apart from the world. They're still walking around, on the street corners, cussing out white people and being disrespectful even to elders, when you just don't do that. And it just brings a bad name upon us. It really does. I know it's a design of Satan, and that's his goal, but it's still just, it's distasteful to see. Not really disheartening, because it was going to happen anyway. The book spoke about it, but it's just distasteful. And so I still be using this as a warning. Y'all who are true, y'all watch out. These cats are crazy out here. These cats are crazy, and they don't really love Yah as much as they proclaim that they do. They're not as serious about this as much as they proclaim that they are. Okay, now we all got areas to grow in and stuff like that, but you can tell the difference between somebody who's actively growing from grace to grace, as opposed to those who essentially proclaim that they are, but they're not really doing it. Like, you can tell a man's heart and his intent, by his speech and his actions. And if you can't see it in their actions, at least the effort and the strive, then you already know what manner of life they have and what they're about. So be careful with these cats, man. You don't know who's got a fake page, and this isn't to spark fear, but just to be wise. Wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. All right.